The minute I saw that, I recognized that pattern. It is made by the Heisey Glass Company. I don't know why I'm doing my eyebrows like that. I have a love-hate. You're not supposed to say hate. I have a complicated relationship with these, and I'll tell you why.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the front porch of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. Today, wow, thrift haul time. Okay, now I'm going to start showing you all of these things that I purchased in the last 2 or 3 or 4 days at local thrift stores here in the South Jersey, Philadelphia area. They all came from thrift shops, yeah? Some little mom and pops, some like Goodwill and Second Avenue Thrift that you've heard of. I have spent no time yet looking anything up in any of my books. No problem. Just going to show you everything. And then, of course, you know, when I have the ability to sit down, I'll do my research. Oh my goodness. Did you see the bag of clarinet the other day? Yep, all there. Absolutely. The corks are good. The pads are good. The keys, the springs, unbelievable. Now, it's a Normandy model, which this one, based on the serial number, and it's an early one for that company. This was made after the Second World War, sometime in the late 1940s. This would be considered a really good sort of high school band instrument, you know? So not some cheapy thing, you know, made in China today, but a good quality clarinet made in France. And this clarinet is, about 75 years old. And I paid $7.90 for it, something like that. I think I told you before that I had to have a semester of clarinet when I was a music major in college many years ago, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I am actually going to go ahead and get this thing completely refurbished and then keep it for myself, you know, just as a nice clarinet. One day, probably if I find someone who wants to study music, because I was a brass major, not a woodwind. But $7.99 for a 75-year-old French Normandy clarinet. I flipped. Now I have 4 of these to go with my entire set. Yes, that's a stemmed sherbet in the Miss America pattern by the Anchor Hocking Company. I bought some Miss America, also Sweetheart, whatever I just said, cups in pink, although there weren't any saucers. One poor little orphaned. It's green, but I love it. I don't really like that gold on there. I kind of wish it wasn't there. Some of it's coming off. I might take that gold off with an SOS pad. It's fine. I'm not ruining it. I only have one. And, you know, these would come with gold and without. So this was just something done in the decorating room, and maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know, because since I only have that one. I have 6 roly-polies. There's 4 of them. This is Hazel Atlas, 1930s, and this has the windmill on it. Now these will end up going in my eBay store so that they can go to a collector of cocktail shakers, which these would go with. There's another one of those. We already saw that. The minute I saw that, I recognized that pattern. It is made by the Heisey Glass Company. I don't know why I'm doing my eyebrows like that. We don't even need to look for an H in a diamond. And I don't even necessarily know that this one is marked. I don't have the creamer, but there's the open sugar bowl. Look at the quality of that glass. That's what Heisey's known for. We're going to look at another piece in a minute. The name of the pattern escapes me at the moment. You can't memorize everything, but I love that. By the way, speaking of patterns like this, I know that, again, as I said, many of you love doing research, but not all research is created equally. So you can look things up, but I have to tell you that I have to go ahead and do my own research anyway, because since I'm the seller, I have to be certain when I'm selling something, I can tell you the company and the pattern. So I don't want anybody to ever think I'm not grateful if you tell me what something is, but I only trust my books. You have to know your source. Now, there are some online sources that are fantastic. Dottie, who does that's the Carnival glass site, right? Okay, so the American Brilliant Cut site, yeah. Replacements site. There are certain websites that are monitored by experts, researched. They're good sites to use. But if you just see something on eBay or Pinterest or Google or WorthPoint or Facebook Marketplace or blah blah blah, you can't. I don't trust any of those sites because a lot of the times it's wrong. Not that people are trying to trick you, but it's too easy to make mistakes. So blah 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 blah. You can tell me what that is, but I'm going to look it up anyway as soon as I get inside to my pattern glass book. I do know that most of the time these lids are missing. These pewter lids fit on there. I'm not going to take this one off, but you'll always know that this is missing its lid, or one of these is missing its lid, when you see two little dimples, right? I don't have dimples, but this does. There's going to be one there and right there, and a little rounded, like half of a basketball size, sticks out and fits down in there. So this will come off. Maybe you can see it better that way. I don't know. But that's great because it's got its pewter top. So this is a piece of early American pressed glass, and that's an antique. We saw that. That's Stengel pottery made in Trenton. I love to say that. It's Trenton, but why I bought just this one, I don't know, because this was a mistake. There's nothing wrong with it, but just one little random lusterware made in Japan creamer. Can't do a whole lot with that. So I don't know what I was thinking. Hello, somebody on a scooter. I am going to be doing a special sale of wonderful EAPG and American Brilliant Cut. Neither one of these are American Brilliant Cut. They're both EAPG, Early American Pressed Glass. But you'll notice this one has more of a gray tint. That one's more sparkly. So not all glass is created equally, even among the EAPG companies. So they're both beautiful, yeah. And I really like the unusual tops on these two. So that's the reason why I bought them. They're chip and crack free. And again, early American pressed glass, we already know, 18s, 80s, 90s, 1910, 1920. By the time you get into the 30s, this is old-fashioned and nobody wants it. That looks like a, and then look at that one. That's pretty too. Nice glass, but you'll see different qualities to the glass. All right. And again, these patterns will be in my big, thick, like 500-page pressed glass book, which I'll get my face buried into later. Let's put both of these up here. No, actually, I was telling you, I don't know when. It's going to be coming up like soon. Not next Monday night, because next Monday night is the Two Chaps Live sale. But I've got a feeling that the Monday after that, which would be the third Monday in November, that's probably going to be my Christmassy glass and lots of this beautiful crystal. Not crystal, there's no lead in it, but crystal because it's clear. Glass, because this is so pretty at Christmas time. It's so versatile. It's pretty all year long, but there's a lot you can do with it. Then we already saw the Nippon cheese and cracker set, which is all one piece. Nobody glued these together. You put your cheese here, you put your crackers here, and this was made between 1891 and 1921. Okay, now I said, I know, and I went and did it anyway. Well, I'm going to keep this one. I do like center handle tidbits. They just don't, you know, I'll buy one for $8 and I'll sell it for $15. You say, well, Scott, that's profit. I know, but you can't really make a living if that's... Anyway, I have to have a certain profit margin. You know that. You're tired of hearing me say it. And I just can't make enough money off of these. I mean, unless I buy one for 50 cents. So I said the other day, I'm not buying anymore. But I bought that one probably to keep. It's from the 20s, early 30s. It's got that blue enamel on the back. Yeah, I love them, but it just is not a moneymaker. This one is a lot smaller so it's going to be a lot easier to ship, and I think this one is only 9 inches across. And if I hold it up here, yes, I see you on your bicycle and you see me talking. Ugh. This one is so pretty because look at the pink and the iridescence. So the pink, it's a pink paint on the back, like a clam broth kind of pink. And then it's got the encrusted gold. So these are the last two, probably, that I'll sell probably next Easter. The blue one I'll probably keep. Ooh, that thing's been floating around for a while. Isn't that Westmoreland? I think so. That's a pretty one. We'll probably have that. Yeah, because there's the English hobnail. So we'll probably have this at the Christmas. That would go good with... Would look nice with Christmassy glass. We saw that the other day. That's also from the 20s. It's a sort of a chintz pattern, and it's like a little server at tea time, little cookies, biscuits, whatever you want to put on that. Made in Japan, 1920s. I also have 6 of the Desert Rose plates. These have the old, this is the American television screen back stamp. What did I tell you, 1941? 41? Early 40s. Made in America for a while. Then it ends up being made in England. A lot of the American collectors want the American back stamp. So I look, that's not the earliest one. There's another one that's earlier than that. But that's that 50s back stamp. Good condition on all of these plates. I love plates, and I'll ship plates. Plates are actually easier to ship than glass like that. It just is. And your boy ought to know, because I've shipped thousands of packages in the last thousands. I've been on eBay since 1990, more than 25 years. Okay. And I learn something new every day. Did you see this in the car when I was at lunch? It's Amethyst. Look at the surprise inside. There is a daisy. What? That daisy is embossed on the inside of the glass. It's not on the bottom outside. Look, that's the bottom outside. Nothing. Now I know some of you are going to freeze frame me. You're going to Google it and you're going to tell me what it is. And again, that's fine. But remember, I'm still looking it up on my own because I have to be able, as the seller, to be certain that when I sell it, I'm telling you accurately what it is. But if anybody wants to get a head start, there's a few little flea bites around the base of the outside. But lattice work, if you will, or sort of palm tree. The other day I kept saying pineapple tree. I mean, stuff sometimes gets in your head and you know better, but you just say it wrong. So I've never seen that. But I love the surprise of way down in there in the bottom of it. Let me get some light on it. Is a daisy. Never, never. That's the first. Now, coming up from below the floor is what? Here it comes. Here she come. I have a love-hate. You're not supposed to say hate. I have a complicated relationship with these. And I'll tell you why. Why are you only showing us part of a mixing bowl? That's not a mixing bowl. You know what it is. It's a deflector. And the other day I bought this lamp without the deflector. I knew I had one at home. Ooh. I don't know why you have to beep your horn like that. You're right in front of her house and the front door is open. Call her on your cell phone and tell her you're here. I don't know. Well, I was always taught it was rude when you pull up to somebody's house and you just blow the horn. Well, maybe they know each other. I need to mind my own business. You run your mouth and I'll run my business. I'm talking to myself. Stop running your mouth and run your business. Don't worry about what the neighbors are doing. Anyway, okay. What's my love-hate with this? 99 times out of 100, when somebody's selling one of these, you see that. Now, they certainly might know that it's not supposed to be displayed like that. They just might not have anything to put on top of it. But you know, these lamps, these you know, it's funny. Living in the city for 20 years, helicopters, sirens, jackhammers in the street, city noises. You could hear the subway underground when it would go by. But getting used to, I think it's like an isolated sound, like one car horn, one cricket. One cricket will drive me crazy until I can find it and get rid of it. So I think that's what it is. You usually find these like this. You're supposed to put a shade on top of this. Drat. I don't have one to show you. But lamps were never meant like this to be used with a naked glass deflector. Have you seen those lampshades? You know you have. And it's got on the top of the shade, part of the wire frame, there'll be little, it'll go along and then it'll go like a little drop, like there'll be a little V. That's in there for a reason, and it's so that it will sit. Let me go get a shade, hold on. All right, sorry about that. I really don't have the right kind of a shade to show you, but what I mean to tell you is that on the old shades, you may have always wondered, why is that little in there? But on the metal part of the frame, on some old shades, there'll be like a V shape right there, about right there, and there. And it's so that this will sit on top of a deflector, and those little indentations in the metal will just be enough to hold it into the circumference of that shade. And they come in different sizes. Now, this is not the right size shade for this lamp. I get that. I just want to show you. I even think I might take that off. I'm not a big fan of those on table lamps, but this would sit. Again, it's the wrong size shade, but that would sit on top of the deflector. What would it do? Well, it would throw light upwards, deflect it upwards to the ceiling, but also give you, instead of naked light bulb under the shade, it gives you a nice, beautiful glow all around the shade, and you're not looking up into a light bulb. So It's like the lamp that sits on the floor next to my china closet. You've seen that with the mesh shade on it. That has a white milk glass deflector on it as well. So when you see, if you ever see, in fact, somebody wrote to me and said, Scott, somebody gave me this lamp, but it doesn't look right. Well, of course it doesn't look right. And they said, well, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to put a shade on it. Which this doesn't work because it's not the right kind of shade. But anyway, there's that. Ugh. I am going to sell the lamp. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave this on there and let you have the deflector with it if you want it. But you gotta put a shade on it. They just don't look right without it. And they weren't meant to be without it. I bought that even without a lid, anchor hocking, green, princess pattern if I remember. Speaking of Heisey, you saw me in the car and I said, look at this beautiful, high quality, unusual bowl. It screamed quality to me, and when I bought it, I could not see, either because I didn't look. Oh, there go the geese. You hear them? Are they headed? They ought to hang up here a bit longer, as warm as it's been. Look at the bottom. It's a Heisey. See the diamond with the H? And so, there we go. Same company. Beautiful quality glass is Heisey. They closed in, what, 1957? 56, 57, 58, something like that. So this pink with flowers cut on it. That is super califragilistic. I happen to have, we already saw these, made in Yugoslavia. I need to find someone of Yugoslavian extract. I know that's not the right word. Who might want these. Love them. Very, very 30s looking. So Yugoslavian pottery. Who is that calling me from Chicago? Get off of there. It's not Patrick because I have his name saved. So there they are. Love them. See them? All right, porcelain. Yugoslavian. Now you stand right back here and don't cause any problems. Okay, made in Japan. This is a nut dish. They were probably with this small. This is the master bowl, and then what they would call, and then there would be little bowls to go with it, just for a few little nuts. Not really bridge, but this is a lot older than that. This is Nippon. So again, 1891 and 1921. And there's some nuts in there, as you can see, depicted in the bottom of it. See? And I think I have two of these now. The Depression, really not a mixing bowl, a serving bowl. Madrid. How about all these shades I've been finding? Boy, I've been doing well. These two ceiling shade would hang from a ceiling fixture with a chain, a pan fixture, or the one with just the two. And these are going to be 1910 to 1925, something like that. Those are those two. One of my neighbors is taking their trash cans out to the street. And here are two more. Look at these, very classical with the in design. So two more, again from that same era. These are antique. 100 years old, both sets of shades. Yeah. Now, there's so much on the floor, I have to turn the movie off and gather some more. Oh, not much more. Here is, oh, drat. Is this flashed? That's wax. These might be, but yeah, I think so. I don't know, I don't remember. And I hesitate to say, because then because if I don't like guessing when I don't know for sure, and I wouldn't do that. But they might be they remind me of Della Robbia by Westmoreland, but they're not the only ones that did something like this. So I'll look them up. Aren't they pretty? We might have them for Christmas as well. How about green candles in them? Okay, I have 2 fairy lamps, which are not old, but I've got 2. And this is the Ellie Smith pineapple pattern, and here's one. I have a second one, identical, for both sides of your mantle. Yep. And don't be afraid to put a real candle in there. You can. Of course, I know it can be safer with the others. You don't have to worry about forgetting to blow them out. But these were meant for a real, actual little candle with a flame on it. So 2 of those. And now, let me gather some more. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got to forget that I can't do these out on the porch as late as I used to because we lose the sunlight an hour earlier. You saw that out in the truck the other day, a 1930s Moriage elephant ashtray, toothpick, and cigarette holder from the 30s. The cigarettes would go here. The matches, what did I say? The matches would go there, and then the ashes go there. Yeah. So, for your ashtray folk, Japan 1930s. This I could not. I've had this glass before. I've looked at the picture of this a million times in the last 40 years in my Jean Florence Depression glass book, never thinking I'd find one. It's all there. Well, almost. I'm missing 2 saucers. But that's the way it came. That's the way it was sold, and it's right there on its original. I know. So the saucers are sitting in here. See? This was just the other day. So if anybody's got 2 saucers, let me know, and then we'll have this complete set. Just as it was manufactured and just as it was sold. Okay. Here come my other neighbors, my next door neighbors. They can't see me. Let's see. Oh. If you watched yesterday, you saw the 5 slip shades that I found that I put in the light fixture. Can you believe I found 5 more? These are not the same as the 5 from yesterday. This is a whole different set of 5. Pearlescent glass with a very Deco band around it. Again, this will fit right down in one of those. If you're puzzled, go look at yesterday's video if you get a chance, and you'll see. So, it's a gold mine when you can find a set of 5 of these shades, because those particular fixtures often had 5 light bulbs. You should have seen me when I couldn't. A complete set of these, another complete set, 2 of these and 2 of these for ceiling fixtures, and then those wonderful art glass shades that I showed you as well. A green reamer from the 30s without any damage at all, none. And the way these would get tossed around in those old cast iron sinks, they would just get chipped. Not this one. I love that. Probably something from 30s, 40s, 50s. Looks like a European scene, you know, a Swiss chalet, Bavaria, wherever you would like it to be. Southern California, I don't know. To hang on the wall, you only have 3 hooks, and then a sort of it's slotted here. So this looks like something that would be, sort of as soon as you walk in the kitchen, you know, on a wall, something like that. You could hang your keys, and I don't know what else, and then stuff the mail down in there. But I wouldn't think clothing, since you've only got 3 hooks, and then completely slotted for whatever you want. So might have been American made. All it says on the back is hand painted. So could have been a touristy thing, but this kind of thing, just cheap stuff, also made in the USA, but pretty hand painted. I like that. Very Depression-y, 40s-ish. And look, you saw that. Now I saw that when I was at the red, white, and blue thrift store, and clear glass with the chrysanthemums on it in silver overlay, and then halfway down the line to the matching candlesticks. So either Fostoria or Cambridge, and that's pretty. That's going to be that. This can be Christmas too, because not everybody does, you know, red and green. Some people think that's old hat, which is fine. I like red and green. But you know, silver and gold, crystal and silver. So with some red candles or green, it'd be really pretty. Here, let's do it the right way. We'll put that. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see that. Oh well, it was a nice thought. Now, I'm trying to go fast because I got to get out of here. 2 more things. I love the color of that. It looks like sea glass, does it not? Now, if you're not from the East Coast or the West Coast, you might not know what sea glass is. That's what it looks like to me. This sort of open lace around the edge, I see a lot of this from Lancaster glass before it became part of hocking and then anchor hocking. So you know that anchor hocking pattern called Old Colony? No. Yeah, not Old Cafe. Old Colony or open lace. If you look at earlier molds, Lancaster did stuff like that too, but I don't know. I haven't looked it up, and I will. So a green satin glass. Yeah, I know, it's a tidbit. This is the last one because these are so. But this one's unusual and really pretty, I think. I don't know about Christmassy with that color, but. And, you know, I really looked at it because sometimes these little pretzels are broken. The Jack Benny radio show is playing. If you just heard some applause, it's coming from the radio. And then, there's more, but I'm not getting up and going in there to that living room to get it. Let's do these last 2 things. These were wrapped up like this, but they didn't come together. This doesn't fit on here. It's not the right size. It sticks out, but it's just sitting on it, and I know why it's sitting on it, but I'll be selling these separately because they were not made for each other. This one said, I love this. This has to be 1900-ish. This says Rosenbaum Manufacturing Company of New York. I haven't looked it up. And then it says, quote, "You need it," unquote, gas iron. And then there's a picture. Some of those irons were gas. Isn't that nice? I would say, you know, turn of the century. And I have not Googled Rosenblum, Rosenblatt, Bomb Manufacturing Company. I'll kind of look it up. Is that upside down? No. Granny didn't need to go to the gym for her triceps. Not with that thing. This one is old as well. So we'll pull it off of there. And it says, the A.C. Williams Company, Ravenna, Ohio. Now you can go ahead and correct my pronunciation of it. It's either Ravenna, or Ravenna. You tell me, you Ohioans. I don't know how you pronounce it. But that's, oh, I was going to show you. Not rare, but you know, for folks who don't live near antique shops or can't find things like this at their thrift stores, I went ahead and got it. But again, this does not fit on here. Somebody had it displayed like that and had collected it that, you know, had it that way. That's how it was sold, so I'll probably split the two pieces up. Okay. Oh, what was your favorite? What was my favorite? I don't know. Maybe the design of this Heisey sugar bowl. Okay, I'm looking around on the floor before I get up so I don't step on something or break anything. I will tell you that what happens next? Well, it's all been washed. So then, you know, when you snuggle down for the evening or whatever, and sometimes I have a little, ouch, sometimes I have a little party, and the people who like to do this kind of thing come over and we get on the floor and we start going, I found it. No, that's not it. Oh, you're right, that's not it. Let's keep looking. That can be fun to do. Identifying everything. Then I decide, what sale is it for? Is it going in the eBay store? Is it going into a live sale? If so, will it be the Two Chaps live sale, a regular old Monday night, or the Unbreakables sale with Patrick the Trusty Huckster? So then I make all those decisions and sell it. So you have to be subscribed to the Old Curiosity Shop page so that you don't miss anything. And remember, somebody always tells me, I didn't get a notification about your Monday night sale. Remember, when you subscribe, you get notifications when videos are uploaded. But you don't get a notification, right, if there's a live, unless you go to the thumbnail of that live, and I'm terrible about putting those thumbnails out early enough. That's my fault. You actually have to go to that thumbnail of the live show, you know, and click notify me. So you're not doing anything wrong, and I haven't deleted you. So if you say, I subscribe to you, but I don't get notifications for live sales, again, you can count on Monday night at 8 o'clock. I mean, that's basically it for me. If you're not doing anything at 8 o'clock on a Monday night, join me. It's fun. And you get to throw darts at your television set, you know. So you can join me on every Monday night at 8 o'clock. But next time you see on my page a notification of a thumbnail, yeah, of a live sale that's coming up tomorrow night or the next night or the next night, you'll look and you'll see there's a spot to click notify me. Then if you're, you know, running around town and you forget, then you'll get a notification. Hey, Scott's live. Turn him on. Otherwise, you have to just remember, which gets harder each time, doesn't it? What's your PIN? What's your zip code? What's your social security? Nah. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. What was your favorite item? You can tell me in the description box below, in the comment section below. Now, tomorrow I'm headed up to North Jersey, Newark, and I'm going to be thrifting along the way. So join me. Well, I guess you'll join me when I produce the video, but I want to tell you I'm headed out of town tomorrow to do a little North Jersey thrifting. So I'm heading your way, North Jersey. Look out. Until then, I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, wait for the cat, and so long for now. Hoo-hoo.